So here's the beginning of the wiring. What you see here is, let me go through the components. So the battery, of course, supplying the 12 volts. It's not going to be this battery for the final thing, but for now that battery's in there for 12 volts. We have an ignition key over on this side. So when you turn this key on, I want this to turn the whole unit on. So what's going to happen is the battery supply, the line from the battery goes to the 30 pin of this relay. So the 30 pin. The out of the pin, or the out of the relay, goes to this fuse. Right now it's going to power these two fuses. When the relay turns on, both of these two ports in this fuse are going to get power. Right now I'm only using one. I twinned it because I know at some other point I'm going to need some other switched or some other fused switched power. So I just put a second one on because this will probably run the steering or something. So then this small yellow wire comes off the back and it goes to this little, what they call a battery eliminator circuit. This device here it takes 12 volts and gives you a place to connect 12 and 5 volts to it. So it's just kind of a connection point to get 12 volts, because there's a bunch of places that need 12 volt control and a few places that need 5 volt control. So that's what this thing's going to do. So when you turn the key on, the relay turns on, turns power onto the fuse, turns power onto the battery eliminator circuit. Now the 5 volts isn't hooked up right now, but these other two wires that come out the back here, they go down through the hole and they go up, come up the bottom of the hole here in the control side of it, and it goes to the two pins on the Arduino, the power and the ground for the Arduino. So when I turn the key on, the Arduino powers up. Right now there's no code in it. It's not doing anything. It's probably running whatever old code was in it, but it can't find any inputs or outputs, so nothing's really happening. But now I have to get some code in here. Just it's simple as, if you see the battery turn, if you see the switch turn on, start doing your thing. Just for now, just so I can get the motors to turn. But I didn't want to bypass this because I'm going to need it very shortly, so I might as well wire it into the circuit now. Okay, so there's what we have so far. Still in here I have to put the battery chargers in this side and a battery, and two battery chargers and a battery have to go in here. The autopilot has to go in here. That's where the 5 volts comes in. The remote control receiver, this is 5 volts. The Arduino, or the control circuit is going to be 5 volts, and this is going to be 12 volts, but this is going to go in here because it hooks to the receiver. So that's where we are with the wiring. More of the same.